Morning. Morning with authentically me, Tina Brown. you know, this is my first video, and I've had someone suggest I tell you a little bit who I am and why I'm doing what I'm doing on here. So, I am a woman now, 54, that has overcome many, many, many challenges in life through different ways and means. Some may not be for you. Others may be something you want to try. Others may be something you go, oh my God, hell no. And all of it is okay. I just want to share my experience, strength, and hope from trauma to freedom with anyone who wants to listen, to know that there is a way up and out of the pain, of the feeling of being trapped, stuck in a cycle, helpless, all those things that I felt. I come from a very interesting childhood. All the trauma really, well, not all of it, but most of it started between the ages of 0 and 7 years old. And then life wasn't so steady after that. We can get deeper into that in a little while, but what I want to share right now is that no matter what happened in the beginning of my life, that trauma caged me. It had the power to keep me in fear. It had the power to keep me in what they call PTSD. It had the power to put a cage on that little girl, a cage of fear, a cage of survival, a cage of panic, of anxiety, of what's going to happen at each step, what's going to happen at each moment, almost a paranoia state, constant state of that paranoia and unsafety, feel unsafe, lived in me. And when you're little, you don't know that. I didn't know that. But what happens is that cage was put on me at first. And then, right through rescue, through the system, and get all these things happened. And all of a sudden, the actual cage wasn't there anymore, right? I was out of that physical situation. And yet, the cage remained. Because in the psyche, I'm not a psychiatrist, but in the psyche, that I kept the cage. I chose to keep the cage because the cage was all I knew and how to stay safe. So first the cage was put on me, right? And then I carried the cage with me for years, and I lived within the bounds of that particular emotional cage for so long. I'm talking way into my 20s, 30s, 40s, and even recently, today, I'm still finding things, right? I'm 54, I have counseling today at 3 to do some EMDR work. Growth doesn't stop, because today in my life, I don't want to carry the cage. It's my job, though, to open the door of the cage, to realize there is a door, to realize I'm in the cage of my youth that I've chosen to keep on my own, right? For this illusion that somehow this thing creates a feeling of safety and security, that I've stayed in it. And so I have to recognize that first, then realize, oh my God, it doesn't keep me safe and secure. Instead, it keeps me trapped and not living life to the fullest, right? It keeps me in this little fear bubble. And I have to say, oh my God, there's a door right there. And then I don't know about you, but for me, I had to pray for the willingness, whoever your higher power is, I don't care, we'll go down that road later. Pray for the willingness to open the door, right? And then walk through. And so this entire series that I'm doing is about what my cage was, how I placed the cage, how it was placed on me, how I kept the cage by the choices I continued to make, the labels I continued to place on myself, and how today I don't live in that cage, even if it's uncomfortable, even if I'm afraid. I live outside of the cage. And guess what? If I'm really afraid, I can jump right back in. It doesn't ever leave. I'm looking right at it, right? So, but I love the outside of the cage. It's a little scary, but it's alive, you guys. It's alive. The cage kept me dead somehow inside, safe, but lethargic and not alive. So if you want to escape your cage and wake up to what is real, follow me and like my channel. Thank you and God bless. I'll be doing daily videos.